we're going to go to court and seek a constitutional declaration in relation to one aspect of the regs, seems to me we may as well challenge the other ones too.
We look forward to bringing you lots of grow rooms as we continue to usher in legalization. We took down the federal government's attempt to ban home growing in the country of Canada. Hey Australia, my name is Jason Wilcox. I am the president and founder of the Cannabis Rights Coalition of Canada, the organization that recently took down the federal government's attempt to ban home cultivation of cannabis in the country of Canada. As I sit here today preparing for my trip to Australia, I'm getting ready to come and talk to you guys about the issue of autonomy. Now in this $1 million trial, we were able to prove that medical patients not only needed reasonable, dignified access, but medical patients had a reasonable right to autonomy. A right to put into their body whatever they wish, so long as they're not hurting anybody else or themselves in the process. Now, the federal government of Canada laid claims of fire, mold, and organized crime, and set forth that there was a public safety danger, so much so that they needed to strip 28,000 licenses from patients and their providers here in Canada. I'm proud to say that medical patients in Canada, 1 million of them, can now access cannabis through the federal program as a result of the case that we did. What I'm coming to Australia to talk about is the very same thing. Should large corporations be sole proprietor over cannabis? Or should the cannabis plant be free to the people to grow and explore with as they see fit? In a free and fair market, of course, there needs to be licensed producers, there needs to be big corporations, but there also needs to be the right to free and fair applications and access to cannabis. Hey Australia, so one of the things that really bothers me as I'm coming over there is I remember the 1980s and 90s here where parents and people helping others to access cannabis were being criminalized and marginalized and quite frankly locked up for helping. And I see this now going on in Australia. There is a lady over there who was helping people who's facing 14 years potentially in jail for helping with cannabis oils for free. This is the sort of stuff they chased one of our national heroes, Rick Simpson, out of the country for. And I think it's something that we as a people need to talk about, and I think that any of the Commonwealth countries, free and democratic peoples, should be able to talk about the cannabis plant being free and being a herb and not being a pharmaceutical. I would just note that here in Canada, even after all that we've done, there's still moderate evidence that there's any medical value to cannabis, according to our health officials at the federal level. All right, Australia, so as we close out the video, I look forward to coming and seeing y'all and talking about the many wonders of cannabis and the fact that cannabis is now free in the country of Canada. 5 years from now, everybody will be talking about cannabis as if it was just another plant that grows at people's houses, like we see in the aloe vera plant. We have to remember it was only in the 1970s that aloe vera was banned here in Canada. I'm not sure about around the world, but you could not use it, very similar to cannabis. So I look forward to coming over to Australia and talking a lot about the progress we've made here in Canada with respect to judicial law. And remember, we are one of the Commonwealth countries. Look forward to seeing you at the end of the month. Cheers.